Alrighty, hello everyone. Welcome to the third Skyward Sword Randomizer qualifier for the Skyward Sword Randomizer tournament for SpeedGaming Live 2021. I am joined here on commentary with your average Link.
Hello there.
And tracking for us today, we have the wonderful Harmyan and Senra, our two eternal trackers.
Featured to... Yeah, sorry.
We have 64-bit Link and Jaznix08, two very high tier runners.
So. It's going to be quite the interesting matchup because I know Jaznix, he tends to be a little bit more erratic, but he's still a very accomplished runner. And 64, we have seen pull off some pretty good performance in races. So
both of these runners are relatively erratic, I would say, compared to some of the other runners. Both very capable of doing very good things. But,
it looks like we're off.
Runners are off. So for those of you who are not familiar with Skyward Sword Randomizer, it's just like any other Zelda randomizer. We take all the items in the game and shuffle them all around the world.
Well, with some restrictions.
Yeah,
for this tournament specifically, we in order to make the races fall within a relatively short time limit, we have banned quite a lot of locations. So items will not appear in unrequired dungeons, and we'll see the required dungeons in a bit. They will not appear in long quests, fetch quests, scrapper quests, minigames, and all that jazz.
Yeah. So
I believe there's
Ancient Cistern and Sandship as our required dungeons.
Alright, so those definitely puts heavy emphasis on the whip, of course.
Yeah, very heavy emphasis on the whip here.
The Caves Key, which is now on the tracker layout, nice.
Yep.
And we can see from Jaznix, who's using both a little bit of custom textures and tunic swap. That was a relatively new addition where instead of having the tunic, you use the hero's clothes, or not hero's clothes, the clothes that you start with on Skyward.
Yeah, use Link's pajamas.
Yeah,
basically.
That's a good way to put it. Fire shield earrings for Jaznix.
Getting the fire shield earrings, which is very interesting. Early fire shield earrings, not that great. It unlocks a handful of checks in a couple places, or in one place, in Volcano Summit specifically. But because we don't have Fire Sanctuary as a required dungeon, it's not really all that important. There are 4 checks in Fire Sanctuary.
Yeah, it is quite a lot. It's a decent bit more important than last tournament because there's now 2 extra checks and 2 hint stones in there. So that's quite.
Which, for reference, is twice as many checks.
Yeah, and
we have seen early earrings play
by far the most
in a qualifier before. So
by far the most hint dense area. It puts Lene to shame.
Have we seen what our starting pillar is yet? Does not appear
it's
to be or Eldin.
I wasn't paying attention when they talked to Alan, but
it does not appear to be Eldin. So our runners also start with 1 pillar open. That is a configurable setting in the randomizer, but we find that 1 leads to the most interesting seeds.
0 tends to just be sort of front filled, and then 2 or more is just a little bit too open.
The best, in my opinion, is both 1 and 3. 0, like Yao said, tends to be very much find all your progress items on Skyloft and then gamble on where your tablets are.
Looks like Emerald Tablet is our starting.
Yeah, so Emerald is our starting.
Right now, runners can only get 2 checks in Farron. There's the item on the tree and in the chest inside of Sealed Temple. But once they get any projectile, there's another one. The potion lady giving us her own rattle.
Which is useless in these settings.
Yeah, these settings do not.
What's very important to remember is that those quests are disabled in these settings. Although in hindsight, we probably could have left them on.
Yeah, it's just that they add more trips to Skyloft, and then the cutscenes for the items themselves are rather lengthy.
Everyone always complains about the cutscenes for no reason.
I mean,
container on Runa. Our runners are going to want at least 1 heart container. They are playing on hero mode. Important to note.
And the fact is that a majority of runners will end with Master Sword and not True Master Sword, which makes the Horde fight at the end of the game quite difficult, or at least more difficult than it would be.
I wouldn't say a majority of runners. I would specifically say most seeds will, because there are some seeds where you will just get TMS naturally.
And then, well, I guess I'll discuss to that whenever we get to hints, but True Master Sword, like the item at the end of the game just after raising the Gate of Time, is an always hinted location. So runners will know if that is a sword, and therefore they need to get specifically the 3 behind that. Or...
I think that another fetch quest item has shown up.
another useless fetch quest item.
Just for the record, those items are filtered out to be considered as non-progress items in the randomizer's logic, so they can appear literally anywhere in the game.
Yeah, as is the
other
case
than
for...
blocking themselves, but...
As is the case for any item, so I believe the only other example of that in these settings is Stone of Trials.
Yeah, Stone of Trials is a useless progress item. Well, actually, in this particular seed, Earth Temple key pieces are also considered a useless progress item.
And, well, no, never mind. Alright, so in these runner positions, I know I'm usually hesitant to go for early Farron just because there's not very much you can do there.
There's 2 hints, 3 hints even.
Well, you can only get...
One requires an RBM, but...
And then the other one is not in logic, but... Yeah. Although, useful to note is that this is a Cistern seed, so runners will want to go to Lake Floria anyway. And speaking of Cistern...
and Beetle are
both
the hero.
Yeah. As I like to call them, Phi locations, because they referred to the hintstones as Spirit of the Sword.
Spirit of the Sword is the official designation in the...
So we're not just ripping off of OOT.
The style is a dead rip of OOT, but
we can at least get our own nomenclature.
Yeah.
Also, note from chat trackers, Jasnix does need to have Goddess Sword marked. Beetle's third 100 rupee item is Slingshot, and Sansi is Way of the Hero.
Interesting. Sansi Way of the Hero is always a weird hint.
Well, the good thing is the fact that the 300 one, or that a Beetle item in general has Slingshot, means that Slingshot is not useful because you need a projectile to check Beetle anyway. I didn't quite catch what's on the
There are situations where you could have like bombs and Slingshot is your actual projectile.
Well, yeah, but
those are pretty.
I didn't catch what was on the chandelier, but it looks like Jasnix has opted not to get it. And 64 is going to get it.
Opting to get it. What is it? I can't. I was unable to tell.
Oh, it's just a wallet.
It's a wallet, but I don't know.
He must not have been able to tell, just like we were.
Yeah, that's odd if it's anything other than that.
I guess since Beetle is Way of the Hero, he might want to think like.
Oh
if he gets a gold
that could
rupee,
actually be a.
Yeah, if he gets
really
a gold rupee, then the 40 rupees he got originally have now gone to waste, and then any subsequent rupees after that. So I can see why you might want to get a wallet.
Yeah. Oh, wallets are another example of unimportant progress items in these settings as well, because you don't need any of them.
So yeah, it looks like Jasnix has opted to go to Farron. I don't know if he got the hintstone in the Volcanic Island yet, but
I doubt that we'll see either runner get them. It makes sense in the situation to dip to Farron first, because it makes routing much more optimal if you get a bottle in Farron and are unable to like pick up spores in Farron. Although it does look like 64 is opting to go towards Volcanic Island.
A heart medal on the chest inside of Sealed Temple. That
basically solidifies any, or removes any fear of any of our runners dying.
Right.
Elden Volcano Trial
is dead, and then
Academy.
Academy is Way of the Hero.
Way of the Hero. We have not gotten anything in Academy
What
yet,
about
right?
Fire Shield earrings?
Earrings. Yeah, earrings were in Academy.
I can't remember if that was...
There's a sword on Beetle 102, and Lake Floria is Way of the Hero. Or Spirit of the Sword.
Yeah, so both of the Water Dragon scale related locations are are 5 locations, so that's...
So something tells me we're gonna
there.
get like Caves Key or something in one of those 2 locations. Is my prediction.
Yeah, important to note is that Cistern Sandship is one of the less debatey, as we like to refer to, dungeons, because Earth Temple, you have 5 key pieces, which can easily be skipped, but they're still required to be hinted as though they're required because of logic. And then Fire Sanctuary, you might not need the Magma Myths or the Poke Beetle. Skyview, you might not need the Water Scale or Myths, and LMF, you usually don't need the Hook Beetle, so... Cistern and Sandship, usually their way the heroes are for real, except for arguably Sea Chart.
Yeah. Well, Sea Chart's a pretty real way the hero items, considering how slow
It
is
saves you like
nowadays.
4.5 minutes, but if it's in a bad
4.5 minute time save. There's not a lot of situations where, unless you don't know the location of Sea Chart.
Because he did not get the Jessamine platform near your fire node has a beetle, and Betrow is Way of the Hero, so a lot of Way of the Heroes
Way
right
the
off the
hero
bat.
hits early. That's really interesting.
I'm gonna guess something's on bat 10 because there's... In fact, there's literally nothing left besides Feroria's Courage and Pero's Bottle.
I mean, it could be either of those items. Could be the progress
Yeah,
item.
because Jasnix has gotten crystals on the item.
Jasnix also getting like a 1-frame jump slash there. Yeah. I believe that is.
Yeah, that's... Yeah. And speaking
just
of
casually getting a 1-frame trick.
Speaking of frame perfect cutscene skips, we might see one here from 64, which we call the swag hop. I mean, there's a lot of swag hops, but you can, if you spam side hop after pushing in the last thing for the puzzle, you will skip the cutscene that shows the bridges forming into place.
Yeah, and what we just saw Jasnix do there was a trick called fence hop, where he is jumping onto the fence there to get to Lake Floria early. Sword was Farron behind rocks there?
Yeah, Farron behind Bomb Rock, and then Thunderhead is Way here. So we actually might see 64 get something here by...
Yeah, this could be very big for 64.
I mean, to be fair, we've used like, what, 5 or 6 of our 8 Way of the Hero hints?
We have 6 Way of the Hero hints currently. I'm using my new commentary note sheet.
Oh, nice. There's Caves Key for the Way of the Hero for Lake Floria.
5 Gratitude Crystals. Interesting.
We could see something on Betrothed 30, but again, there probably has to be something on...
You said Caves Key was in,
Yeah, it was in Lake Floria first chest that doesn't require to scale. Okay. Beetle. In fact, I'm going to write down a commentator sheet while I'm here, so that's Beetle, Thunderhead, Betrow, Cistern, Floria, and Academy, right? Yeah.
Yes.
And then Beetle 103 is Slingshot, and 102 is Sword, and then the Farron Bomb Rock is a Sword. 64, running out of stamina trying to climb up these vines. And looks like he's gonna just try to dive instead.
He's gonna retry the dive.
From here is fine because you can just jump over here.
Yeah.
Side note, I disagree with the fact that logic requires mitts for this now, but I digress.
It's a trick.
It's a bomb bag.
Okay. That's a mitts-locked bomb bag.
And that also unlocks a sword inside of Farron.
This could be very interesting.
Which, in turn, unlocks Neru's wisdom. So, there's that.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be a thing, though.
It also grants access to Beetle, but I highly doubt that that's going to be our first access to Beetle, because, again, it's mitts-locked. Unless we see mitts on Betrow, which is a possibility. Okay. So yeah, Pac-Man has decided that we have seen a new something of shame, but it wasn't from Jasnix this time. It's a dive of shame.
The dive of shame.
Alright, so Now 64 has decided to go to Farron with the bomb bag in hand. Imagine, well, Jasnix is going to get the bomb
one
bag
extra
shortly.
check here, which is really good for him.
Well, actually, 2 that we don't know about, and 3 if we include the sword. Because of the Deep Woods.
Oh yeah, Deep Woods. I did forget about Deep Woods there.
And another hint stone because of that as well.
Yeah. We'll see how he chooses to route it, though.
I feel like I usually get the I'd get the bomb locked item first, the one that has the sword in this case. Then the item on
Well,
the
he
2.
doesn't know it has a sword.
Well, yeah, but
well,
I'm just saying that for reference so people know which one I'm talking about.
Then this is really awkward because of he wants to like leave from both Deep Woods and Lake Floria in this situation.
I usually just go to Deep Woods and then go to Floria.
Yeah, that's usually what I would do in this situation. That's exactly what I would do in this situation.
Of course, unfortunately, that does mean you are kind of orphaning Great Tree because you can't get it yet, but it's probably fine. Besides, you want to come back to Farron once you get scale anyway, so...
Yeah, if you check your DMs, I just DM'd you a link to no cheat. The no cheat.
Okay.
Or the one that I'm using, at least. So we do still have 2 more Way of the Hero hints to find. Jasnik's thinking, yep, that's Way of the Hero, all right. Although that's very interesting because bomb bag could very well be unrequired in this seed.
Yeah.
Like, so
although
this implies that it's going to lead to something.
That would require the runners to get a different sword that's not on the bomb locked rock here.
Yeah, we don't know what's on.
Yeah. But traditionally, bomb bag is like next to claw shots, one of the most useful items. Oh, interesting. It looks like that cutscene trigger comes back if you wait long enough. Alright, well.
Oh, interesting.
64 tried to do something where rolling a bomb towards those bokoblins will scare them away and thus get rid of the cutscene where they're like attacking Machi, but apparently once they come back to position, the cutscene trigger comes back as well.
So Jazz is going to try a pretty precise bomb throw here, which is surprisingly in logic, just for the record.
Yeah. It's not... Now that I know the setup for it, it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not super hard. It's just not something that a lot of people would come up with.
Electing to go for Pero to see if there's potentially rubies or something.
How much money does Jazz have at this point? He
40.
should not have very much.
The 40 from Waterfall Cave.
That's what I figured.
Oh, and there's the wallet.
That's ironic, honestly.
That means 64 will get to hold 1,000 rupees.
Not that that's very useful. So Jaznix can't even afford... I don't know why Jaznix decided to hit the bell. That was a waste of a bomb.
It's...
Because he can't buy anything.
To, like, see, like, if I see something like the 50 rupee item has, like, claw shots
I guess you only need to see the first 100 and the 300 at this point, because you know what
you have the other 2 hinted. In fact, everything, you'll be able to know what everything is.
Yeah, walking in here tells you everything. Oh, well, there's the
okay, well, there's the mitts that lock the... And C-chart, it looks like.
Is that a wallet?
Yeah, that's
a wallet.
C-chart, I think, and...
Yeah, it looks like it.
There's the mitts that put the bomb bag in logic, which means everything 64 is doing is now in logic.
Yeah.
Although, actually... Wait, no it's not, because the mitts are inside Beetle. He still needs a projectile to put that in logic.
Oh yeah, actually, that's a good point.
So I'd imagine we're gonna see a projectile...
It's Betro 10. We're gonna see,
Betro 10
like...
probably has, like, bow, I'd imagine.
Bow or Beetle on Betro 5 or 10. In fact, it's probably bow, because Betro is Way of the Hero.
Yeah, you need bow for... I mean, it's likely that
also,
bow
we know that we're not gonna see the Way of the Hero item on Betro 50, because Betro 50 will be hinted directly.
It's also likely that bow would have been Way of the Hero even if this weren't Sandship Seed because of this whole projectile, blocking projectile thing. That's already 2 projectiles locked on one.
My prediction is that the projectile we're going to get is bow.
Yeah.
Because of it being Sandship.
Jasnik's electing to open up Betro. Recently, a few runners have decided to do a certain loading zone manipulation that can remove the requirement for having to open up this door. Which, in a single instance, definitely saves a lot of time. It loses a little bit of time for each subsequent use, but I can understand the merit. Okay, treasure room
Yeah,
first.
in this situation, I
Right.
totally understand why Jasnick's elected to not go
And
for
Farron
it.
Woods is way the hero. Did anybody catch what was on the Erla rocks? I wasn't looking.
I don't think 64 checked it yet. Did he?
Oh, there's the other pyramids. Okay, so now it is in logic.
Was that was Betror 10 was
Yes. So the bomb bag is in logic, and therefore, yeah.
So we know where both myths are.
And
so
we have
Bat
fire
5 was
spirits.
dead, I assume.
It's going to be one of the few times where the tracker is right, and you actually get the Magma Myths check before the Claw Shot check. Because the tracker has the Magma Myths check placed before
Look,
the...
it's just the order they're listed, like they're defined in the randomizer.
Okay.
Although most of the time it is sequenced in that way, so I guess there's that.
I was gonna say, because
Alright, so we're gonna see what's on these rocks here.
Yeah.
This is one of the last remaining items, actually.
Yeah, come to think of it.
It's either this or Great Tree. Which, given how prevalent scale for Way the Hero is at this point, could very well also be the item. Although we did also get crystals. So.
Yeah, it could be crystals. We could see our runners might have to pick up 10 individual crystals, as sad as that is. Or it's, well, no. Wait, hang on. It could be Din's Power or Nader's Wisdom because of the sword on
Wisdom.
Or and Din's Power because of the sword on...
Well, the sword can't be the Way the Hero item because it was directly hinted.
Well, yeah, but that could still be the Way the Hero for Thunderhead.
64 is spotting that goddess plume out of the corner
Beetle
of his eye,
already...
making the conscious decision to go back for it.
The Way the Hero item in Beetle is the C chart because that was not hinted.
Yeah, it is C chart, that's correct.
But Din's Power is in logic because the sword exists on Beetle.
Oh yeah, Din's Power is in logic, that's a good point. So if Din's Power is like Ruby Tablet or something like that.
That would be bad for our runners.
Great for
runners
us.
Haven't run.
That'd be a 10 out of 10
runners
moment.
not only do not have any rupees, but don't have a beetle to get the gold rupee here in Lake Floria. So
which is really unfortunate.
They're gonna have to go to Clean Cut to farm some rupees there.
Yeah, that is why 64 picked up that goddess plume. That's a free 100 rupees right there on a 1% spawn.
And by the way, does Rando fix the bug where you can't play Clean Cut if you have...
No, it does not.
Okay.
It does not. There is a bug in the vanilla game where you cannot play the Clean Cut minigame without 20 rupees, even though it only costs 10. Also, that Ruport is a real feels bad.
Yeah, that's one less attempt to Clean Cut.
You only get one shot at it. So yeah, so Cave's Key is very likely our Way the Hero in Lake Floria, as we said before. There are still 2 checks in there.
Interesting decision from Jazz to throw the bomb first, and then... I mean, it ended up working, so it's fine.
It might have just been a misinput, honestly. Honestly, I think I'd put 64 as slightly ahead in this one right now.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting, considering that
although
Jasmix had a bit of a lead leaving Skyloft.
In 64's mind, all the stuff he's done is still out of logic because he hasn't gotten the mitts on Bat.
Yeah, but he knows Betro's Way the Hero when he has 15 crystals, so I believe that he's going to be assuming that it's that puts everything back in line.
Narrowly dodging the tornado there.
The hinted items for second and third 100 is a sword on second and slingshot on third.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, if you have enough rupees, I think that there's a very real situation where you buy the slingshot just because slingshot is helpful.
In our runner's situation, they probably don't have the care for that because they want to get their Din's Power anyway. Although, if Din's Power required, surely it would have been hinted by now.
Actually, yeah, that's a good point.
So
Dim's power.
we're probably going to see it on
Dim's
neighbors
power
here.
can't be way of the hero because it's a hinted.
We're probably going to see it on neighbors here.
So let's see what's on neighbors. It's the whip.
Whip.
Okay, that
Which
is
doesn't-
easily way of the hero.
Doesn't do anything right now though, so.
Huh. What are we forgetting that our runners have access to at this point? I feel like 64 and Jazzix are both giving us huge. Oh, Betrothed
30.
They don't have access to Betrothed 30. There's not enough crystals. Oh, Jazzix has 20 crystals.
Can't you get 10?
Yeah, Jazzix has 20. I didn't see that.
Yeah, I think there's a crystal pack
you can
on
get
that.
20.
I think there's a crystal pack on 5.
So that means that the crystal packs were all way of the hero as well.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
Where is the crystal pack that Jazzix got that 64 did not?
I want to say bet 5, but
okay.
I'm not sure.
I didn't see the Patrol rewards, I just saw the myths.
Okay, Muzu
Chad
also
is
says
confirming that it was indeed Patrol 5.
So, yeah.
So 64 having even less money than Jazzix in this situation, but... These early myths are really whack, too. Like, 2 early progressive myths is really strange in a non-fire Sanctuary seed. Because there's only one thing that they can possibly be required for in this seed, and that is a singular check in Fire Sanctuary. But all of that aligns with, you know, the requirement for, or the fact that Earring showed up early in a Way of the Hero area, so... Or Spirit of the Sword, 5, whatever you guys want to call it.
I'm going to have to step out for a little bit. I should be back soon, but yeah. Unfortunately, I've been called away to something, so...
Summons. Solo comes. Okay. So yeah, so 64 is going to be bonking trees and breaking pots here for a little bit of cash. So this is really interesting because... We know that Patrol 30 I think in here with commentary knowledge that we know that Patrol 30 has to have something. And this is Jaznix's opportunity to catch up here. '64 with a different setup, but a very functional one nonetheless. So Jaznix is going to start getting loose crystals here, which is going to give him a huge advantage over 64. Unfortunately, our runners are going to have to collect the Waterfall Cave Gratitude Crystals in this situation, which is really not good. Or actually, really not fast. So 64 should get his first mitts here. So, let's see what 64 chooses to do here. He looks like he's heading towards Rupin's house to sell some treasures, which will net him the C chart, which doesn't help him here. Is the issue here? Like, 64 is gaining an item advantage over Jaznix. It just doesn't help him in this situation. Oh, 64 going for the loading zone manip that your average mentioned before, and he gets it. So doing a somewhat precise setup. I don't actually know how precise it is. Setup there. You can side hop off the grave in such a way that you trick the game into respawning you down here, which because of that animation is really slow. But and then he'll be able to go out the shed clearly because it's one way. So 64 is gonna have Magma Mids here. Shockingly. Shocking Magma Mids. 64 looking as baffled as the rest of us.
Okay, I have returned. Looks like...
You have not missed anything. Jaznix has
Yeah, but
deduced
Jaznix
the
is...
crystals.
Well, it looks like Jaznix has beaten 64 to the realization that they need 10 individuals.
Yeah. Unfortunately for 64, this is a big deal. So it looks like he's going to go sleep. Is he going to turn in the rattle here for a chance at money?
Interesting idea. But...
A really bad idea,
I wonder
in my
if it's
opinion.
possible... Well, it would kind of ruin the Fahrenway, the hero, but... What if Din's power has gratitude crystals, and since those specific crystals are not necessarily required, it can still be hinted somewhere else?
Yeah, that would mean that Farron's not Way of the Hero. Because our runners have access to Din's power right now. Interesting choice from 64 to turn this in. I don't know what his thinking here is. I guess it's just for the off chance that it's cash. Or a rare treasure or something. I mean,
That, I
it's one of
believe,
those,
is
like,
only worth 30 rupees, so...
Yeah, that was not worth it for him. That's one of those when in Rome things, I feel like. You know, he happened to be here. So now it's going to be a battle of efficient crystal routing, because our runners are going to have to go to Lumpy Pumpkin at some point and get the crystals there. 64 at 21 crystals. Jaznix at 20-something. 25 says the tracker. But I believe he has more than 25 at this point. Although actually, yeah, I believe he's at 27. If my
Yeah, because he was at 25 before going to Loftwing, or Waterfall Cave.
22 for 64. See, unfortunately, this seed has kind of shoehorned our runners. But on the bright side, it is very obvious what the next pathing is here. Because the obvious pathing here is just going to
Our runners entering and
Elvin,
exiting
that's what
doors in sync.
Door sync, let's go.
Jaznix is now heading to Lumpy Pumpkin, so... I assume he's gotten all the crystals he can. I don't know if he went to Academy, though.
Jaznix started in Academy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm really glad that I had a meeting prior to this and ended up not raising in this qualifier as a result.
Glad that I've already done my qualifying for the tournament.
Yeah, I'm also probably going to elect to not participate in too many more. In any more, I should say. It's not like I can participate in that many more. There's only 3 left.
In your position, I'd probably sit on the 94.
Yeah. I think that 94 is pretty easily top 6.
64 bonking on the door there, and that's 30 for Jaznix.
Yeah, everyone who's here in chat, like, I'm glad I didn't run, is just like, I dodged a bullet on this seed. Yeah, this seed is bad. It happens, though. We'll see how the rest of the seed treats our runners, though. So what's your prediction for Metro 30? You know, you think it's going to be claw shot, scale?
I'm going to say...
A tablet?
Nothing besides Farron and Skyloft has been hinted away the hero yet, so... I'm going to say... I mean, a betting man would say Eldon because you get 18 checks that way. But there could also be Laneru, and then you get claw shots somewhere in mines or whatever.
My prediction is that it's scale.
Well, that's also fair. But that still doesn't put Lake Florian logic because you need, or maybe the slingshot, because the slingshot would put Lake Florian logic.
Oh wait, yeah, it's true. Scale's not put Lake Florian logic alone. There are 2 checks on Betrow 30, and then
The
and then the shed chest.
there's a slingshot on Beetle.
Yeah, but you
103.
don't have a way to climb the climb Great Tree. You need claw shots or
Yeah,
it's claw shots. Okay.
Okay.
It could be claw shots in scale, so we're not totally wrong yet. Because claw shots only opens like a check here.
Or yeah,
Although
it could
give you the Din's power.
Scale, or it could give you scale in the Great Tree.
That's so dumb. Scale in Great Tree.
I mean, it would resolve the way the hero if the crystals don't already do that. Okay, and the other ones are
it's 100% the crystals.
Yeah, claw shots, I believe, actually doesn't open anything that the runners haven't already gotten, except for the Great Tree. So, or no, there's Zelda's Closet as well, and Academy is Way of the Hero, so it could be that.
Oh no, I did put Crystal Pack on the list of potential. Yeah, Jazz does not look amused by this speed, so you might want to start running. Academy also had a Crystal Pack, right? Yeah, because it was Fledge.
Make sure you, or I guess it doesn't matter that much, but the Way of the Hero on Betrow for
Oh, I didn't write Betrow down as Way of the Hero in my note sheet, did I?
I want to say that the myths on Betrow 10 are also Way of the Hero because they lock the first projectile, so
we don't know which one it is. So myths. Great, I didn't copy my formatting correctly. I'm gonna have to update my.
And then put claw shots there as well.
Yeah, claw shots and a crystal pack for that matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's 4 crystal packs. That's absurd Way of the Hero logic for this seed. We've resolved everything except Cistern and Zandsea. This could just be a 2 tablets.
Do Way of the Hero hints point to individual crystals? Or do they specifically avoid that?
No, they cannot point to individual crystals,
okay.
I think.
So in that case, that would technically resolve Academy Way of the Hero. Which it looks like Jazzix is elected not to push for.
There was a crystal pack in Academy as well, though.
Oh, okay.
There it is.
There's the Ruby Tablet. Which now unlocks 19 checks thanks to the claw shots existing.
19 checks? Really?
10 in Elden, 5 in Magma Turf, and 4 in Summit. Well, it will be 4
right, we have mitts. I forgot we had
the other Magma mitts.
I'm hoping that Jaznix is going to make the decision here to go get the mitts.
Although, the item hasn't been hinted yet, but it probably will be. There's 4 hint stones.
It's going to be hinted in Elden. There's 4 hint stones, yeah.
Also,
I wasn't trying
to point out that all of our Way of the Hero hints have already been exhausted.
Yeah, we have all 8 of our Way of the Hero hints for these settings already.
So, the Nehru and Elden become a huge question mark now, besides Sansi.
Well, I mean, we'll get some direct hints for them, and I think that that's really the saving grace in this situation.
Setting up for Skyloft Trial or Burst Bit Warp. which has not been hinted yet, but I guess if you're here, you might as well. We do know that I believe one of the Song of the Hero parts was hinted to be somewhere. I don't remember where.
I think that is correct as well. I don't remember where, though. I didn't write that down. The beginning of this game goes by so quickly that is really hard to keep track of everything. Jessica accidentally
Putting away
picked up a green
bomb
rupee.
thanks to the rupee.
Alright, so 64 now has his 30 crystals. Losing a huge chunk of time. Oh, a beetle.
There's one of the beetles, and I think the other one is in the neighbor claw shot block somewhere.
Oh, did we see a hint for that? Or is
Yeah,
that a prediction?
it was a fire node, the platform near fire node. Not that it matters very much, because you don't really need Hook Beetle in the seed, but...
Yeah, you probably don't, actually.
Because the bow will satisfy the Bokoblin requirement, and even then, the other beetle does as well.
Yeah.
Yet another wallet.
So many wallets. Trust me, I wasn't lying when I said they're not guaranteed to be placed in progress locations.
And yet, pouches still do that?
Yeah,
For some
pouches
reason?
are, because they do actually open checks, technically.
But not if you start with a pouch.
I don't know if it was an oversight or a bug in logic or what. I don't remember why that is. I just know that it is.
I feel like that didn't always used to be a thing, though.
Alright, Bellows in perf dive. Suddenly there's a lot of things happening on this seed.
Right, yeah.
Heart Peace, not very helpful.
For now receiving his claw shots.
Which he will then go to the great tree and grab that. Also, I guess the question is, what was the hinted way to hero item in Farron? Was it the Ruby Tablet or the Gratitude Crystals? Nice bonk from Jastix. That was weird.
I guess it could be either of them because
It can be. Yeah.
Yeah.
100% either.
some HJSNX forgetting to see up into this cutscene. Doesn't matter too much, but
64 having nunchuck issues potentially there? I don't really know what that was.
yeah, I'm glad that I got a new Wiimote, so nunchuck issues are not really a thing for me anymore.
God, I wish.
Nice
Yeah,
key.
key peas! That's completely and utterly worthless.
We secretly turned on entrance rando. And that's why...
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, wait. 64. Chase your claw shots. Or he's probably just getting a C chart, that's fair.
chart. Yeah, this is fine.
Because if you do get Amber Tablet, then...
Did Jazzy get circles there?
No, he skipped circles.
Oh, did he claw shot?
after
He
the
did the claw
vines.
shot skip. I saw him moving at the beginning of the cutscene and I wasn't sure which it was.
Yeah, as sad as it is to skip circles, you do skip the cutscene with the magma, so it's faster.
I don't know why that other cutscene is still in the game, honestly.
For 9x04.
Oh,
Probably.
yeah. Potentially, yeah.
Yeah, so 64 is going to get this check that we did not see from Jaznix.
Yeah.
If this has Amber Tablet, it's going to be really interesting.
Because Bellows doesn't really do much right here, I feel like, right?
It opens up 2 checks on Skyloft, but... And technically one in Sansi, but... Oh, there's a scale!
That's actually kind of big.
Well, I mean... Yeah, I guess that means that now 64 can do Cistern.
That means he could do Way the Hero Cistern.
Yeah, so imagine, even if he does get the Ruby Tablet...
That has to be Amber, I feel like, at this point.
He's going to...
Oh, I guess there's still Bow and Harp.
Yeah, there's Bow and Harp and all that stuff. And then, by proxy, Spiral Charge that locks one of those. But we haven't seen Skyward here, but the game probably would have run out of hints by then.
Did Jasnix not check any hints yet in Elden?
I don't believe so. I think he went the other way around Ascent. I want to say.
But he can't Death Orb out here. That's one of the really awkward things about Volcano Summit without bottles, is that you can't Death Orb out when you want to get this check and the hint that's up here. So we're going to see some hints lining up here.
And apparently Clawshot Sync as well.
From 64 and Jasmine at the same time.
And an almost Vine Sync.
We're gonna see 64's hint first.
Earrings is on,
we know
that.
And Hook Beetle has bombs. Jasmine got the bug net! He's happy.
Yeah. 64 diving directly to the
and Zanjiboski has a bottle? Was that?
Yes. Which could very well be the first bottle, but I doubt it. Another wallet, but it's a different kind of wallet.
That was an extra wallet, right?
Yeah. Yeah. This is exactly, because of the way the hero hint for Academy, is why I disagree with Jasnix not having gotten the chest that ended up having scale. So...
I mean, this could make or break the seed for Jasnix, which is absurd.
Yeah. There's a chance that Elden is just completely blank, besides...
Except for Bellows and the Beetle. The thing is that if it's not Bow or something in Cistern, 64 is down a check. 5 more crackles, or crystals. That's just forced to happen at this point. 5 more Grazzy crystals for Jasnix. This is starting to become the point where you start to not really think about Patrol, because there's only 2 checks left, one of which we'll see hinted at some point. So...
And the fact that the crystals were Way the Hero means that you likely get more crystal packs in the future anyway.
Outside, so... yeah. Way the Hero crystal packs are kind of this, like, odd entity.
Oh, and speaking of...
I guess we just materialize another crystal pack into existence for Jasnix.
So, yeah.
So it'll be very interesting to see if 64 elects to dip here. I find it unlikely that he does. 64 is not one to dip on required dungeons.
On the off chance that, it's Amber Tablet and Cistern, but not Bow, and then the boss key is on the Bokoblin, 64 cannot get the Bokoblin check because he doesn't have the beetle that's in Elden. It's somewhat unlikely, but not impossible. Very nice timing with the bomb throw from Jasnix.
That's harder than it looks.
Yeah. Usually like around the 5th or 6th flash you'll be fine, but...
Yeah. 64 showing no emotion to that Ruby tablet, which is
yeah, because probably still wants to focus on Cistern.
I mean, it's still like an odd thing to have happen like that.
Yeah. That you do have completely two... The Clawshot opened exactly 2 checks and they both have very different branches.
Very different and very important items.
Well, the Ruby Tablet might not necessarily be important.
That's true.
Okay, Bat 50 is
50
crystals,
is dead,
so and Fair and Trial is dead as well.
And Fair and Trial is dead.
Oh no. 64.
He might be flying out and flying in.
But
instead of doing fence hop again.
Ah, that's fair. I guess yeah, you would still have to do fence hop. So
This is of debatable speed, being honest. This is an odd play if he... Okay.
and
Spiral
speaking of
charge.
spiral charge,
Wait, when were we talking about
we've-
spiral charge?
back when like we were discussing potentially required items, this spiral charge locks a required item.
I don't remember having that discussion.
Just barely missing that side hop.
Jazz! That's so unfortunate.
It's fine. You don't take damage anyway.
Yeah, I've died
Yeah, but
to
sort of
like avoid like that before because I
somewhat-
clip and then
Getting fall damage in the middle of the tower? That was
that's.
interesting.
I don't ask questions of this game most of the time.
Yeah. The Neighbor Trial is dead, and Isle of Songs Din's power is cursed metal, so
Okay, so Din's power
it's
is
good thing our
dead.
runners didn't push for that. So yeah, Jesnix didn't get very much from that
Ooh,
Elven.
64 with a very
player.
clean lily pad cutscene skip there. Electing to take this route through Ancient Cistern because he's going to be full clearing it. I agree with this call.
I can also see a world where you do this in Way the Hero because the time loss that you get from doing it is insignificant compared to the time loss you would have if the boss key is there and you skip it. It's sort of like Sanchip combo lock in that regard. Although that combo lock is quite a bit farther out of the way.
Lock, I think, is fine to get to just get later. Honestly, I always just leave it to last because it makes the most sense right away. 64 struggling with this lily pad jump.
I could see a world where you open up the portholes that lead to one of the generators, and then get the combo lock in Death Warp, and then go back down through the boat, since you respawn back at the entrance of the boat or the outside the deck.
I don't know. Usually, if I need to get it, I just get it before Tantalus.
Aloha would be happy about Jasnix's rupee count, but if he reacts to that, then he's breaking the rules and is somehow clairvoyant. Well, actually, no, in real time, that is. Jasnix getting bodied. It's a good thing he did not clip into that rock, because I have had it happen where if you clip into a spiral charge rock and then you void out from a tornado, you can respawn and infinitely fall in the sky. I don't know why that happens, but
Because it can't respawn you there.
interesting that it can put you there in the first place, though.
Well, it can't put you on the rock. That's the problem. That's not.
I mean when you first clip.
I guess it's weird because if you void like right after clipping, you can respawn on the boulder. Oh, he missed it that time. I do really like Jasnix's texture for the pajama.
Yeah. I remember I just helped him
A seed
little
satchel
bit.
for the slingshot that 64 hasn't bought yet.
Just helped him a little bit with the textures there when he asked. Okay, so nothing on the spiral charge rocks. Besides more rupees to go towards that sword that you would like. .64 showing, not quite showing off. The if you jump there, you can like front hop there and land on the switch, and it's cool.
Yeah, it's slightly faster in this situation if he had gotten it, but I never think to do it. So props to him for thinking of it.
I usually just do it because it comes up naturally from the route if you go clockwise or counterclockwise through the dungeon. Okay, so Jasnix is not going to be delaying getting this scale. That's good for him, not so good for 64. 64 would have liked if Jasnix forgot about that check.
I mean, he doesn't really have much
Oh, well, there's the
else
Ember
in
Tablet.
options. Okay. That's like
Now
guaranteed to be our way of the
Here
hero.
comes the Bakoblin check, which 64 is going towards despite the fact that he cannot get it.
Oh yeah,
64,
wait.
you don't have a beetle or a bow. What are you doing?
64, please.
Please.
This is why you use a tracker, kids.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna show us a cool trick where you could like see up into this to like get an angle to Z target that for whatever reason. Really weird trick, all things considered. Very strange that it works.
I will say it's quite likely that I'm gonna say the most likely chance is Bo in Sandsea? Or I guess Bo and Harp are equally likely to be in Floria and Sandsea. But like 64 now realizes that he cannot get that check. So it'll be unfortunate if he... Although, actually, no, because he has Claw Shots, Boss Keys, and Logic, so... I was gonna say he could reason that that has to be a small key, but because of Claw Shots, that's not the case.
64's thought here to get that silver rupee so that he can buy the sword. Very good.
So,
Just
Fire
Dragon Song of the Hero in Bird's Nest.
The most likely item to have the boss key is the whip chest, I think. Mainly because it's the only one that's
key
behind
lock.
both
Yeah.
small keys.
Yeah, that is correct. So, I mean, boss key or Bakoban, one of the two is a small key. Like, that's just a fact at this point.
He's already gotten the maps, so...
I mean, even so, map can be on.
Of course, there's a world where the Bakoban has bow or something, and that's really unfortunate.
Ooh, almost clipping back in. 64 did a trick there called Cistern Clip, where there's a seam in the English 1.0 version of the game, where you can just like walk along it and clip out of bounds, and then walk on some out of bounds collision.
And then you can enter this loading zone, which you're intended to go the other way around through, but... And then pick up the boss key, as though you had gone through the entire basement and reached here naturally.
So Jasnik's buying his second sword here.
Unfortunately, getting the other small
really
key.
Unfortunate.
Again, statistics favor the whip chest, so we'll see. Of course, there's also a chance that you just get bow in Lake Floria and then just go straight back for the Bakoban.
Well, Lake Floria Way of the Hero is Cave's key, most likely.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's right.
The only place that we don't have a potentially resolved way of the Hero hint is Sandsea. Jasnik's alleged to take the one check here,
which with Bellows is entirely in logic, but the shack is not the way of the hero item because it's hinted.
Yep. We do have 4 hints that our runners will not get because they are on the hint stones that are dumb.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's the Bakoban.
That's really unfortunate.
Really bad for a 64.
Well, I mean, it's only as bad as... I mean, it's not that bad if Jasnik continues to put off checks.
I mean, in Jasnik's defense, he realizes that he probably wants to push for any advantage that Eldon has, which now is looking more and more likely with the beetle in there.
I mean, the thing is that, like, Jasnik doesn't know that 64 got scale early.
He knows that at least somebody probably has, though.
Well, there's 2 hints each on Sandsea and Temple of Time. So, 2 hint stones, 4 hints total.
So Pac-Man Tachi is the wrong game.
Also, yes, that's Wind Waker, Kappa.
We're gonna see another way of the hero item here. No.
I mean, 64 can buy the slingshot now.
I guess he could technically also go to Sandship.
Temple of Time. in the English version of the game, or in English. Taji is Tower of the Gods in Wind Waker.
Khaled of the Goddess.
Talad of the Goddess. Good old Bot G and Tot G.
Alright.
This could save 64. It does not. So
Unfortunately, it doesn't.
Katesky was confirmed way the hero in Lake Floria.
Ideally, for 64, he goes to Lanegro and gets a bow in there. Then he can do Cistern, or not Cistern, Sandchip and then Cistern. But in fact, in 64's position, I probably would just go to Sansi because that's way the hero. It's.
Yeah, it looks like what he's gonna do. He's gonna try and push this advantage.
I can see a world where it has bow. Yeah, that is true. Besides Bellows, but again, the shack is a hinted location, so it cannot be the target way of the hero.
The way of the hero, but it could still be an important item.
It could still be.
It could be hard.
Like, yeah.
We know that one of bow or harp is in Sansi, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, unfortunate. He hasn't seen this hint yet to know that this
Statistically,
is a dead
it's more likely to be bow and then harp is in Sandship, but...
Well, that's only assuming Sandship is not Baron.
Well, yeah, but... It does... Harp only opens 2 checks while...
Actually, we know Sandship isn't Baron because it has a bottle.
2 minus trials, while bow opens up the, 13 or however many are in Sandship. And that reminds me, that was where the other song of the hero part was Treasure Room Chest 1. And 64 is decided to do mines. Interesting.
He thought about going to caves. This is interesting.
I don't really agree with this, but... ignoring
yeah, this is an... Oh, Tentacles skip setup, probably.
And not to mention, I believe we did a race last night, and he got burned for not doing mines because I think Emerald Tablet was there.
I mean, the issue is that, like, we know one of the 2 remaining missing items is in Sansi.
Yeah.
Because it can't be anywhere else. Or, because we know that one of them has to be in Sansi. To be honest, if Galactos and Ferrari's Flame both don't have anything good, I don't know that Jasnix is in that much better of a position than 64 in this case.
I don't know. I'm just really concerned about the fact that 64 has to do a double jip that Jasnix does not do.
Yeah, but the thing is that the double dip doesn't lose that much time because he wants to be in Heart of Baron anyway. If there's any dungeon you're gonna like that to double dip, it's Cistern.
I suppose 64 also has the option of getting the beetle that's hinted, which opens up the Bokoblin as well.
That's a good point. I really don't agree with the play to do mines here, though, all things considered.
Yeah. I mean, who knows?
This is a really awkward routing call. I mean, you know, who's going to be laughing when
in
we're
defensive
wrong?
minds, that does mean you end in Sansi, because otherwise, doing Sansi, you're kind of at a dead end, and you have to fly back out.
Well, he has the ability to clear Sandship, assuming it's bow and not harp.
I suppose that's true, but... yeah. I know, yeah, usually it's a principle to go for your required dungeons, but sometimes you just feel bad, like, leaving the overworld checks that lead up to that,
Mines in in Desert Main, I am more than happy to leave behind, because it's not that bad. You just fly out and fly back in.
There's the boss key for Jasnix.
I have more
Mine's
gratitude
Lead
crystals.
to, did not lead to anything for. And I suppose Batro could technically still have something, but it's nothing immediately useful. Jasnix having what appears to be trouble with, or not. That loading zone is like always in a different spot than what I think it is.
Just making short work of the bokoblins down there.
Yeah, it's always good to just like jump slash and quick spin there.
Yeah. I think you flower there. If this was SHD and a vanilla run, 64 would pick that up. Or a hundo run, I should say.
It's unfortunate that you have to pick up the boss key to make that statue go down, because otherwise you would have been able to reason that there has to be a small key and you can skip it.
Jessic should have been able to reason that, actually. I don't know why he did it.
You have to do it to make the statue go down.
You could lower it manually from the Switch.
I mean, you could, but that's just, at that point, it's slower.
Not really. Also, you don't have to lower the statue to get whip.
Well, yeah, but again, you'd still be going all the way back up through the rope, which would take a while.
Well, you could have just not gone to the basement at all. You could just clip. Like, do sister and clip and swim to the...
I suppose that's true.
Because the statue's unraised. Also, when you load into the basement, you're at the top of the rope. You don't have to climb the whole rope. $60 just pick up a bottle? Or what did he just pick up? Oh, he picked up a beetle.
He picked a beetle from the... yeah. Looks like he accidentally fell off the platform.
Press A. Yeah.
I wonder if he likes to just ignore the secret passageway and chest next to fire lightning node.
I guess that he wanted to go to mines to get that beetle. I'm surprised he doesn't. Did he check? He checked the statue, so he's gonna set up Tentacle Skip here.
Right. That was hinted to be... I don't remember. Is that even hinted at all? I thought the boss key chest was always hinted.
Of what?
For Sandship.
Heart Container is hinted. It's a sometimes hint.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I thought we only got the boss key. Like, we haven't gotten the heart container hint yet, so... I guess you can set it up.
Well, I mean, he can still set it up.
In fact, it's somewhat likely that you get the hint on this hint stone.
I mean, yeah, there's only 3 unaccounted for hint stones, and if it's not here, we're not gonna see it. We also haven't seen the Sandship bow
Or
hint,
Skyloft trial.
or the Mitts heart piece, or Skipper's shack,
or Skyloft
or Top of LMF.
Well, Top of LMF isn't a check in these settings.
Oh, right, main dungeons, right. So yeah, we won't see that hint. We also haven't seen the Zelda's Blessing TMS hint.
Alright, well, there's the... Okay, a pouch. I thought it said progressive sword at first, and I got scared. But no, so Tentacle Skip is going to be an interest of our runners. There's a second hard metal, making Horde basically free at that point. As even if 64 does pick up the cursed metal on...
I mean, he's not going to pick it up, I don't think.
I don't think he's gotten the hint, though. And speaking of which, there's a sword.
The Thrill Digger hint. Oh, okay.
So we now know where all the swords are.
Well, that's 3 swords.
Well, all the swords that we need. So yeah. Ideally, like 64 would like to get bow, get harp somewhere, maybe even Sandship, then get the sword in Beetle's shop and do Cistern and be done.
Yeah.
He's gonna get one of the two. If it's harp, that kind of sucks because there's still Skyloft Trial unhinted and
We know what 3 of our 4 missing hints are, actually, I just realized. Because it's Sandship Bow, TMS, Skipper's Shack.
and Skyloft Trial, right? That's all of them.
Oh yeah, Skyloft Trial. Yeah, we know what all 4 of them are.
It'd potentially be disastrous.
Yeah.
There's a world where you get harp in Skippers and you go for the shipyard hint stone anyway.
And it tells you what the trial is.
Yeah. Although the runners haven't gotten Song of the Hero pieces yet, so I find it somewhat unlikely.
We've seen 2 of them, right?
What? No, wait,
Jazz
never
has
mind.
1. Actually, yeah, wait, haven't we...
Skyloft Trial can't have bow because a Song of the Hero piece is in Sandship, so never mind.
Oh, yeah, it's in
Skyloft
Treasure
Trial is
Room, right?
insignificant. Yes.
I was gonna say you can have harp, and I was like, wait, this isn't glitch logic? What am I saying? Glitch logic, tourney, pause champ?
Maybe someday.
I hate glitch logic in this game,
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
same. It's just rummaging through scene flag sheets only to be disappointed.
Yeah.
And then the
Well, no,
tracker,
you-
the tracker
you-
is also like 10% of normal speed.
Yeah.
Out of bombs,
Don't
but
blame me for that one. Since we're gonna show off an old logic tech
or this
with
is
this.
a lot easier if you stab the cactus first.
I've never stabbed the cactus first. Ever.
It makes it pretty much free because the bomb will be.
I mean, I've
swaying
never had
backwards.
issues with it regardless of it.
We'll be slaying
So-
downwards and therefore lower. There we go.
64 just wasn't swinging the correct direction.
That's
Glitch
really
logic
wrong through
spoiler log is interesting.
Yeah. Or even no.
We need
logic,
to
as
give a
long as
lot of
somebody-
routing time for that because
long as-
everyone will be rummaging through the scene flag sheets.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of really obscure tech in
Or also something like normal logic spoiler log, but you allow glitch logic rules.
To be fair, we don't really ban a lot of the glitch logic rules anyway.
Well, I mean, fair and bit is a pretty big one.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, glitch logic doesn't require fair and bit ever. So
Is it?
no, because you can't guarantee that fair and bit is accessible.
I thought we fixed that with like deleting keyboard arcs or whatever.
Well, yeah, but that's an option. That's not a guarantee.
Oh, so non-fixed bit crashes can still crash in Farron.
Yeah.
I see.
Technically, you could crash on Skyloft if you tried hard enough. Jazix is gonna
Like-
make up.
Full box key sanity, and you restrict item placement to Skyloft.
I was gonna say Jazix is gonna make up some time on 64 here, and then he goes and does this.
Yeah, what? I do not agree with both of
Did
these
we
runners
miss
doing mine.
something? Like, is there something that we're missing here?
I don't believe so.
Are our runners like?
Oh,
Oh.
no, it's hard.
Oh no, that's
Well, I mean, you could
wait.
still get bow on the skydive chest.
Wait, we don't know where anything else is. Like, we're running out of checks. It's Linear Remain or Skipper's Shack.
Jasnix does have a bellows on 64, so there's the shack to worry about.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. Shack is a concern for 64 here.
Skyloft Trial and Sanja Bow are irrelevant. So both of the ones that he's gonna open this up just in case he gets Bellows, because in his mind he doesn't know where it is. Or he forgets that he doesn't have Bellows.
Yeah. SMH 64 SMH.
Not quite sure what's okay. Possibly you just get the bow on this chest here.
I mean, if 64 gets a bow here, he's in go mode. Well, he's in no mode. Wait, or does he? Yeah, because he doesn't have a. Yeah. Okay. Linear main it is. One of the skip checks in main, I guess? Or the Kit Kat chest in Penship.
Or Ballad of the Goddess or Colin's Letter. They're still bad.
Oh yeah, we just got Harp. That's very true. I did forget about that. So a handful of scattered checks.
All the other trials have been hinted, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's look at our handy dandy notes spreadsheet.
Oh, it looks like he's going to Shipyard. Or maybe to Sandship? I don't know. He's going somewhere in Sandsea.
This Shipyard play could be big if it's Shaq.
Although unfortunately half of the hints are poisoned in some manner because they point to something that's not relevant right now.
Well, those won't ever show up.
No, I mean the Sandship related ones.
I mean, only Sandship Bow is left unhinted.
Well,
oh no, he's just going to Sandship.
Skyloft Trial is irrelevant to Sandship.
He's just going to Sandship.
But still has to be hinted. Yeah, this could be the Kit Kat Dream. Nice bow or boat placement.
I think that's gonna be so sad that he missed this seed.
I mean, at the same time, there was the beginning, so.
Well, no. He's gonna be sad that he missed, like, witnessing such a seed.
Yeah, that's fair.
I wouldn't believe that this seed existed until you told me about it. Unless I watched it or raced in it. If the bow is on this chest. But see, 64 has the entirety of Elden still, right?
That's true. There was only a beetle. There's only a beetle and
well, yeah, Bellows. But like he doesn't know that. I hope.
That's true. I mean, Jasnik is. He's going straight from mines to here, so he's going to be missing the Linear main check. So we might be waiting a while to see those. Unless he goes from Sandsea back to Linear main, but.
I mean, that's what 64 is going for here, is the one open check. Kinda absurd, not gonna lie.
Jasnik, we're also gonna see what's in the shack.
64's gonna Death Warp out of here, which is fine.
Although
I don't hate this play, although I usually hate this dip.
I don't know why he saved, because if he's Death Warping, then not saving brings you closer to exiting.
I guess he's hedging his bets on a key, because he knows boss key is dead.
Having a little bit of trouble getting...
Down, up, left. Oh yeah, down, right?
Although, the bow
I guess boss key is a bottle, actually.
Bow can't be placed on...
It can't be vanilla.
And even then, he can't get both a small key and a bow here. I mean, he could get the bow first, but...
He could get the bottle that's on boss key.
Vanilla, small key.
What?
He's out of bombs, so...
Oh, that's, just get your blood sucked.
Araki can probably... Okay,
yeah.
There.
Slurp. Slurp the blood right out of him.
See, unfortunately, the bow cannot be vanilla. Apparently, Levias is going to sing to us while we die.
Is this what heaven sounds like? It's 64 is out.
Alright, so I guess the question is, what do you do now? Because unfortunately, 64 could just be led to go to Eldon.
Yeah, if 64 goes to Eldon, the race is all but over.
Because even if there's something on the shack, obviously Jasnix is going to get it first. Oh, going to Skyloft.
Okay, not getting baited.
Looks like he's gonna push for Colin's letter, and well, yeah, it's only Colin's letter on Skyloft. Or bet 40 as well.
Yeah, I guess.
It's still technically way the hero, even if it's already been resolved.
What was on bet 50? I know we saw the hint.
It was a graduate crystal pack.
Right. Yeah.
Jasnix somehow cheating death in the monk-ass cave. I was quite lucky on his part.
64 spending his rupees well here. Also, apparently the imprisoned is about to eat the temple on Skyloft.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Jasnix narrowly dodging getting fireballed there. And then pulls the Phoenix over the edge.
What was that? That was so weird. He could have done like a similar to an extending blow there if he really tried.
Yeah. Grabbing the sword on.
Alright. So 64 and Jasnix both just missing their bows here. Well, I guess Jazz is still missing.
But he's going to get it like right now.
Well, yes, I mean,
has
he's
to be
still
careful
missing
here.
it, if he gets hit here, he barely makes it through.
Somehow is able to turn around without targeting the Phoenixes. I've had trouble with doing that before.
Jasnix is just really good at the video game, so
I just target one, and well, I guess also the position, the position of the Phoenixes. Yeah, the position of the Phoenixes also matters. And somehow, despite all of this, still makes a very comfortable cycle on the P-hat. Alright, well, it's not bad 40.
Not Petro 40.
He's not happy about that.
Did we know that? I feel like
no,
Jasnix... we did because Jasnix also got crystal dowsing.
Electing only to incapacitate the Phoenixes to get himself missing the cycle there.
Yeah, but he's gonna miss the whole cycle, I think.
No, that's fine.
Oh, he did make it. Cool. Sometimes you can't make it on the backswing.
Right. Here's the moment of truth.
Yeah. If this is Bo, I would say that it's all but over. But...
not to mention, it looks like 64 is going for Eldon, or very likely going for Eldon.
It's not.
Just more crystals.
So...
or
no.
Is he going to... no, he might be just going to Colin faster. Or, no, he's going to Cistern.
And Ballad.
Oh, yeah, probably. That's true. But...
so... suddenly, 64 is, like, super back in this race.
I suppose... if you... yeah, I guess if you beat Cistern, then you can go straight to the temple from there.
This Jasnix hasn't set up Tentacle Escape yet.
I would say it's odd that 64, that Sealed Grounds wouldn't have been hinted, but the game probably would have just run out of hints by that point.
Yeah, the game, well, the game, like, there's no order to the hints. Like, It just
But it just
randomly
has
selects.
to choose from a maximum of 8. So
Well, it chooses 8 total. It just picks from the list 8 times. For Way of the Hero, at least. Spirit of the Sword, Sots instead of Wath.
5. Jazzix is also going to make this. Jazzix is also going to make the.
Honestly, in Jaznix's position and 64's position, I don't hate this play.
Yeah, I mean, you're on the way.
I personally would not have gone for it, but. Say what you will about my ability to play this video game, though, so.
I mean, I don't usually dip in for dungeons either, but.
I also got a 94 in my first seeding race, so.
Something 105 something, but that race.
Yeah, but you're just like a god.
I got lucky.
Yeah.
I also got lucky that race.
You also. I didn't watch the race. I haven't watched the VOD, so.
Sanchez Bosky position saved me there.
I know nothing about the race, so. But.
All you need to know is that Whip was on Skyloft trial, and I didn't get the hint for it.
And somehow. Oh, so you didn't need Whip then?
Yeah,
got it.
That's the thing. Right. Focusing on the current race, which matters more, 64 is going to go fight Galactos, and unbeknownst to him, not going to get anything, but at least that's one step closer to finishing.
Speed completion, yeah.
It makes sense, because you might as well. It's the way of the hero.
This is a good play, in my opinion, from 64, because he's covering his bases with the stuff that he wasn't able to do earlier, and he's covering a check that he has to do regardless because of Battle of the Goddess and Gate of Time.
Right.
I do kind of want to see someone do Bow or Boss Key in Sandship in this situation.
You can't do Boss Key without Bow.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. So you can't get the bottle. We haven't seen a single bottle yet.
Well, no, we saw one from Jasnix. Jasnix has one.
Oh, he does?
I don't remember where it was, though. It must have been in Elden.
I don't think it was.
No, because then he would have gotten the Hintstone. I don't know then. Oh, it was on Malara. That's where.
Oh, Malara had a bottle. So I guess that means that the bow could be on Oriel or Pero. In which case, that's really bad for 64.
Yeah. Yeah, that's even worse than it being on the Shack.
Because he's inclined to put off Malara.
We're gonna see Oriel and Pero right here.
Yeah, right now. Literally right now.
Just a battle between this and Bocce. Although I guess Jazzix can also get Bocce, so it doesn't really matter.
And Secret Passageway chest and other platform chests in Lanayru, I believe, right?
Right.
Jazzix hasn't done Lanayru main yet.
So 64's advantage in successfully skipped checks is starting to creep up on him with the Bellows in Elden. Not quite getting the successful one cycle there.
Looks like one of the spin attacks didn't double hit. Oh, no, he got it.
Oh. That's weird, because usually when you get the one cycle, Colossus will instantly drop his axes and...
The axes will burst.
Yeah.
It was not Oriel. I didn't see what Oriel was, but it was not Oriel.
Oriel was a crystal pack. It was vanilla. Yeah, all of these superfluous late crystal packs.
This Bat 50 is dead.
Yeah. And just another bottle-locked bottle. And Jazzix is still not going to do Colin's letter. Neither of our runners are doing that for some reason.
That's strange, actually. That's very odd. Jasnick's looking flustered. I love these webcam views.
Well, he's gonna go back for Lenny Remain.
And at this point, it's one of the two checks in Lenny Remain that we haven't seen. Colin's Letter or Bow to the Goddess, right? Like, it can't be anything else.
Yes. Or technically the Mogumit selection. No, that was hinted to be a bottle.
Yeah, that's hinted. We saw the hint for it. It's a bottle. It's the fourth bottle.
Yes. And speaking of which, that's another hint we're likely never gonna see because of that. Another hint stone.
Oh,
I mean.
yeah! We're missing 2 more hints still. That means. Or we're missing a total of 3 hints, like unaccounted for. The bug metal! To go with the bug net that Jasnick's got.
What was not item hintable, is it?
It might be. I don't know offhand, actually.
I'll go look in code right now. Let's see. Hints. Hi, where are you? It is not. I could see a case where you add that in when sand chip becomes required, but you're already adding sea shard, so. Because on that token, I don't believe a lot of the hints have been item hints. So.
Yeah! We have not seen a lot of
I think both of the swords were locations.
One sword was a location and one was a item, I believe.
Okay. And then fire sheet earrings, I think, were item hinted, but.
Yes.
Front hopping away from the chest instead of picking it up.
Very good job, Jeff.
Oh
no.
64 is going for Alden.
I mean, I don't know why he's putting off Colin's letter, but at this point, this is the correct.
Or even Ballad of the Goddess, for that matter.
Oh yeah, why did he? 64. That's such a
weird
Farron play. I don't like that play, not in the slightest. You were right there, dude.
So if Jasnix remembers hints, he can skip both the fire node thing here and.
Andre, there are 5 bottles in Skyward Sword, not 4.
Not sure why he's going this way first. Maybe he figures Summit is the way to go. I don't know.
We found all 5. We know where all 5 bottles are now. This is an odd, interesting play.
Both of these runners doing something interesting. I don't even know if Jasnick's... Oh, he left without getting any bombs, so he couldn't get the party wheel. So now he's going back for the party wheel. I don't know if we saw that from 64. I think we did, though. Getting run over by the Amphilis. Again! Careful there.
Bodied. Even.
That bomb was not close enough. Please pick up the heart. You might as well pick one up because you're going to pick one up in Horde and you're going to get a text box and it's going to screw you up and... Okay, never mind. Welcome, Raiders, to the 3rd qualifier for the SGL tournament. The seed is starting to take a toll on our runners, honestly.
Us raid.
Wait, the bottlenecked start, and now this is happening. Unfortunately, the fact that 64 is likely going to put a lot of time into doing Elden is not helping him. And Jasnix is leaving these checks, or no, he's setting up Tendril skip.
He's setting up Tendril skip. Where? Yeah, Lady RNG giveth and she taketh away indeed. The scene had a really painful beginning, and now it has a really painful end, too, for our on-stream runners.
Right. Oh, but Jasnix is still leaving these checks. I feel like... Oh my god,
I don't understand these people.
Like, this is making... It's like they're trying to make the commentators
I'm one
gain
of
as
them,
little
and I don't
information as
understand
possible.
what's happening here.
Gain as little information as possible. Was that two reports in a row?
Probably. There are 15 of them somewhere in the game.
We're gonna see if 64 is going to
see,
really regret.
Yeah, if this is Ballad, or if Ballad is Bow here, 64 really messed up.
I am fairly certain it's like a 50-50 between this and Collins.
It is. Well, no, because there's still the two desert checks, right? Secret Passage and Lightning Node platform.
Yeah, but as far as these runners are concerned with their strange decision to orphan certain checks,
I don't understand this. It's
a 25-25 then.
This is such a play. This is like... I feel like this is our runners trying to assert dominance over us, somehow. Like they're trying to prove a point or something.
I can somewhat understand skipping the checks the first time. Maybe not if you don't have Bow. If you don't have Bow, then I don't really understand it, but... That must be it, Otaku.
They know that we're on comms and that we're making fun of them on comms, so they're like getting like their revenge on us somehow.
Yeah, Senra, I'm glad that I got to play your seed instead of this.
Who rolled this? Oh, Muzu rolled this. That's right. Remember when Muzu called herself the best admin?
I mean, so did you.
Hey, I haven't rolled a qualifier yet, so...
I mean, it was for us seeding races last time. You were part of the team that rolled my seeding race, and that didn't go very well.
It was part of the nightmare that was the seeding races in the Season 1 tourney. I just called it Season 1, even though we called it the Winter tourney, but I think that's the naming.
Winter tourney that went well into spring.
Yeah, I think that's why we're just going to call it Season 1.
I guess we can accurately call this the fall tourney, or I guess autumn for more non-US inclusive. But what was on Ballad? I
Season 1. I didn't see it either.
It looks not to be Bow because the item wheel is the same.
Yeah. So 64
right, so now
inadvertently big braining.
It's we've got 3.
Ferroy's courage.
Wait,
jeez.
Fair and Trial's been hinted. Yeah.
Yeah, all the trials have been hinted.
Okay, well now we've got a 1 in 3 chance. Which
they haven't all been
hinted,
but...
Well, has Fair and Trial been hinted is an important question.
Yes, it is dead. Dude, just look at the commentary notes sheet.
Okay.
It's literally, like, in the middle of the sheet.
Okay.
I guess we know that Skyward Trial is dead to our runners. By process of elimination, but... it can't be Bow.
I want to see 64 gamble on not the rest of Elden and leave right here. Then if he goes to Lenagra, he can potentially catch up to Jasnix. Or be ahead of Jasnix if the Bow is
The problem is that he's gonna get... Oh, that's right, he hasn't even gone to... He hasn't even done front Elden.
Yeah, he went straight for this. Interesting play. Roll was just a little bit too early. Alright. Soon we're going to see what's on Colin's letter. Not there. So, to Mineiro we must go. Please, 64.
This
leave
is
now.
so.
64. If you
He
leave
has
now,
no
you have a
reason
chance.
to. Yeah.
Oh?
Oh! We have a race on our hands if he does not loop back. In which case he should not be. He should be dipping out. This is absurd.
But
This play is absurd.
Unless he goes to, if he goes to Skyloft, then he's losing. But
it's a big gamble. He has no reason to go. Oh, he's just circling. Why? Why?
Why would you do it in that?
Yeah, I don't understand
order?
what the point of this is. Why would you circle back like this? This is an interview question for sure. What the point of the circle back is, because he could just blow up the rock and go backwards. Oh, he doesn't have the bridge. He can't.
Can you not open it from the reverse?
No, you cannot. The switch
split?
does nothing. The switch does not work.
Hmm.
And then he jumps in the lava.
All this could have been avoided if you just got these checks like 20 or 30 minutes ago. Because 64 was the first one to the Nehru.
We have, what, 6 racers today, so our top 2 will be our part-time?
Yeah. I've not looked at the race time, so I don't know where everybody else is. And not to mention, it's 15 minutes ahead of restream, so...
Yeah, I mean...
I feel like this one is somewhat easily snipeable, though. Because Jaznix is literally going to have a last... Well, no. Yeah, it is going to be last location, actually.
If it's not this, it's effectively a last location. 64 should do the same thing, though. That's the thing.
Doing this somewhat questionable brake slide, but... If it works, it works, I guess. We haven't seen the TMS hint. I would not be surprised if TMS is vanilla, but then again, it could easily be in Sandship.
Yeah, it's very easily.
Alright, well, yeah, there's the bow. Jazzanix is understandably reacting to that.
I've lost so much time to this. At 764.
I kind of want somebody off stream to have not lost a huge amount of time to this, because for one, it would be an interesting upset for Jaznix especially. You know, Jaznix is the favorite for this seeding race.
Which check was Bowen? Was it in platform or?
So wait, shouldn't we switch the audio to 64
Yeah,
or to Jaznix? Because
yeah.
Okay, there we go. Thankfully, there's a short.
Which check was Bowen? Was it in platform or?
It's near lightning node. Wait, what? I swear I heard Jaznix hit something, but nothing happened. That was weird.
Don't know.
Did somebody fix the Sandship music bug?
Random
Oh,
music
wait, no,
might have
never,
fixed it.
no, never mind, never mind. This isn't the first
Oh,
time he's entering Sandship, so...
That's true. Yeah, yeah.
Because the problem is that the entering Sandship music is only one stream, and then the game doesn't expect you to enter a second stream here, so... That could be fixed by just allowing 2 stream songs to appear here. In the first one. But at least it fixes music rando, not vanilla.
Yeah.
Hopefully we see an early boss key, lest our runners suffer even more. Or we see it on... Well, no, we already did combo lock, of course.
Yeah, we already saw combo lock.
So unfortunately there's no chance for 64 to get a routing advantage there, because Sandship is pretty scripted from them.
Yeah, Sandship is pretty scripted, unfortunately.
With the exception of something you can do in rando sometimes but not vanilla is when you're raising up the boat to do part of the thing that allows you to activate the first generator, you can do boss key room then when you come back up, but we know that chest is dead, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Trial chain. Could you imagine?
Dude, we've seen a lot of Rupors, I feel like. '64 is getting somewhat confused as to where the grip on the vines. That was weird. Although, I feel like at that rate you might as well go... I guess the statue is quite far away. I don't know what 64 is doing. Like, at this rate you might as well just watch the cutscene. You've already watched part of it. To see the Skirbo fight here, see what's on that. Normally this would be something that you like save scum, but since we know the other one is dead, there's no reason to. And in fact, a lot of the appeal to save scum is killed by the hints. Unless you just don't get them.
Yeah. There's no need to save scum these hints because... Or save scum is just because we know that it's, that boss key's dead, so you have no need for the other key.
Fortunately for 64, the items in Elden are going to push him probably further away from Lanegra than anywhere else. Because he has a small key. That's why he's doing Skirbo.
He doesn't have a key.
If he does Skirbo, because it's either Skirbo or map chest, or you have to do the long whip section.
Yeah, GG raid. Off restream spoiler, but it's not a spoiler anymore. Because if you were watching his stream, it's caught up now. That's our metric for whether or not it's a spoiler anymore. Big GG's to raid.
I see.
Finished 2 minutes ago on stream. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Did you just look at the race result at the race time room?
Oh, I had race time closed. Raid, I would refrain from saying. Well, I mean, I guess technically you're not required to, but.
I mean, we know that on restream. We know that nothing in Elden was required. That's not a spoiler. It's just a discussion of the ongoing scene. Yeah. because the only things that were in Elden were a beetle, Hook Beetle unrequired, the other beetle accessible, and Bellows with Bird's Nest and Skipper's Shack and Malara being unrequired. So
yeah, I guess now that the quote-unquote secret is out, this is exactly what I was hoping for with this race once I saw how our restream runners were going.
what was it? For it to be a 2-tablet?
No, for people off-stream to snipe.
It's not even really a snipe, let's be honest.
Okay, well, to shotgun blast, I don't know.
What? I don't even know how that metaphor holds up. How that metaphor would hold up like that.
I don't know. It probably doesn't, but... That's going to have really interesting implications for 64, and especially Jasnix's seeding.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. I don't know if Raid gets a 105 on this, but if he does, he outseeds. If Raid gets a 105, he outseeds me. I mean, I have access to the actual sheet. I can start.
I can
stuff
pull up a calculation right now. P equals 3600 plus 35, 60 plus 17 plus 3600 times 55 plus 29 all over 2. That is
not who he fights over third place now. something. Okay, so Raid's finish time was a
100 times 2 minus x over p s of x. Raid gets a 104.62.
Seriously? How do you know that without anyone else's finish times? I guess we know the par time, so.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Going to... Looks like we're going to see all the... Oh, we're going to see bat 70 as well, because Jasnix is not switching to another file.
Math sad.
Yeah.
What chest was Bosky on? I didn't actually see Jazz get Bosky.
Bosky was on the 4-door corridor, like before, what we used to call map chest. Oh, Jasnix has screwed up Hello Skip. Oh no.
I don't know what he did there. That's so strange.
I think he switched off of a file while...
But none of his files should have that flag.
No, I mean he switched.
I
mean he switched from a different file after the chest appeared, so the flag got cleared. Because the chest appearing flag gets set in bit, so when you switch to another file, it goes away.
Yeah, I guess.
He's just gonna fight Tendalus. Fair play.
Yeah, I mean, reasonable. 1 heart Tendalus. True.
Also, yeah, that is kind of monk-ass.
That's a really dangerous game that Jasnix is playing here. Jasnix could die, and then, like, 64 could get a huge catch-up on time there.
Yeah, that's true. That is once 64 actually decides to go to a neighbor, which unfortunately just seems to
he
not...
He still isn't doing, apparently.
To be fair, you did just get items on...
I don't know why he would skip these checks, though. Like, I don't understand these things.
I mean, you just got, what's it called?
We'll have to ask both of them in the interview why they skipped, checks. Why they skipped those 2 checks. Because that's, like, definitely the reason they are so far behind in this race. I like the Hylia's Temple playing in the background of Tendilla's here. Classic.
Okay.
I can confirm from putting in dummy values that Raid will get a 104.62.
Yeah.
Which puts him...
Speaking of which...
which puts him less than
which,
0.3 points ahead of me in season.
Speaking of which, if you just give it a little bit of a second here... A few seconds here... now that Restream is caught up, Mirage has finished in second place.
Yep.
With a time of 1:55.29. Huge GGs as well, because that was something we also did not
expect. This race is full of surprises, say.
Yeah.
GG's Mirage if you're in chat.
Although I did feel like it was getting more and more like getting barrel dwarfed.
Oh no, Jazz.
But yeah. Mirage having gotten a 95.37 seeding score. But yeah, I felt like an off restream snipe was getting more and more likely as we watched our restream runners go on.
Yeah, I had a feeling that someone off stream was gonna win the race, but honestly, Raid was my favorite to win on the out of the off-stream runners.
Yeah, I wasn't watching anybody else's stream. I
wasn't watching anyone. Raid was just my favorite to win, just based on, you know.
Looks like Jasmine is gonna reattempt Tendulous skip. Fair enough. With one heart, I'm not gonna try to do Tendulous again. Oh,
he could just sit. Like, there's a stool right there.
Yeah. Select file 1, please. I guess it doesn't matter, but
file 1 has 70 crystals.
Yeah. But
both of his files have 70 crystals, probably. This thing looks so like.
And 64 is not happy with that bow location either.
I need to know why they
skip these checks in the first place is a really good question.
Not once, but like twice. I feel like. Well, no, they both skipped it once actually.
They skipped it once, but they also ignored the region until the very end.
Well, Jasmine or 64 didn't.
Well, yeah, but also, yeah, I'm hoping that Zelds gets the score that he was looking for.
I don't even know that that's aggressive routing. Clearing region is not aggressive. Skipping checks is aggressive routing.
Well, I guess their aggressive routing just didn't pay off. They decided to skip checks, and that's what...
Yeah, I guess if that's the aggressive routing that Raid is talking about. They skipped 2 checks in
They skipped 2 checks, which, to be fair, doesn't sound like a lot, but, you know...
I think Jazz ended up full clearing the overworld, right?
Yes, I believe his blow was the last location.
That's why. That's what we don't understand to hear either, Raid.
This shows that sometimes Rando can be like that. Okay, this time tunnel skip did work, and there's the last song of the hero piece that we don't know about.
Why does he keep having one heart? Because it's how much health he has. He just hasn't healed. Smooth Raid.
Is Ray technically able to join for a interview,
I
even
don't
if
know
he's
how
not on stream?
SG works. As far as I know, they don't do off-free stream runners.
Again, it's possible that the rest of our off-stream runners finish before our restream runners before the restream is over.
That would be hilarious, actually.
Especially considering we sort of picked the restream runners based off of who we thought would be
In the lead.
Hey!
So Jasnick's entering Horde now. Did he get a fairy? I didn't actually look.
I wasn't looking.
Did he
either.
check? Did he check TMS?
I also did not see that. Yeah, this rate, it's either that or it's insane too. Or Skyloft trial. I mean,
Jazz did get a fairy. It was TMS was crystals. How have we not
He did-
seen all the crystals in the game at this point?
hilarious. I mean, yeah, to be fair, Jasnick's having 70 lines up with that fact, because he didn't get 5 individuals and the 5
Yeah,
missing...
no, that's correct, yeah.
Or wait, no. We're also still missing another further crystal pack, because the only reason he had 70 is because he got an extra 5 pack in bit. So yeah. At least according to our restream runners, Muzu is now banned, likely, from... Yeah, right. If you could you... If you didn't already... Well, actually, wait, we know what TMS is, but... Yeah, right, if some of our finished runners could go searching for TMS, that would be...
Alright, Jasnix. I assume he got Horde Skip. I was not looking. I was looking at 64, seeing him struggle to get to the boss key, unfortunately. Yeah, there has to be a sword and sand ship.
Hear him jumping away. I really hate when he does that. It just feels like he's just... Yeah. It's annoying.
Jim.
So, fun fact, I believe the next time, if you have to do Girahim 3 with regular Master Sword, I believe, like, as he's jumping back and spawning the sword, you can slash at him, he'll teleport away with the sword in hand and attack you faster than what normally would happen. At least I've done that and it's worked every time.
Huh. Interesting.
I'm afraid there might be a chance that he does Dead Man's Volley or something. I'm not sure, though. It's never happened to me, though.
Interesting.
Yes, it's going into Demise.
We should see him make short work. Yep. Front hop, jump slash, or backflip jump slash into quick spins, make short work of this phase.
Thankfully, not running out of stamina, because I looked close, but the quarter stamina half drain rate saved him there.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that was probably calculated. Like, I don't think there was much of a chance of him manga staminaing there. Because you only do 3 spin attacks if you just do the quick spins. So.
64 loading the water scale and bit to get
and
to
GG's Jasnix.
GG's to Jasnix, finishing in 3rd place overall with a time of...
and 64 getting sucked off of Skyloft there.
207 something. 33, yeah.
Jasnix forgetting to stop his actual timer as the Mage Miner.
Yeah. This is what you get for not connecting race time to live split.
Yeah, official time of 207.33. Which will net him some number of points.
Let me calculate that. 84.45.
Yeah, 84.45. I have the sheet in front of me.
That's not what you want to see in Jasnix's position.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he can get top 4 anymore.
I mean, if he gets a 105... Oh no, he cannot get top 4. Unless he gets like double 105s or something. We're gonna have some massive seeding upsets as a result of this race, basically.
Yeah, this race alone. Yeah, even if he gets a 105 twice, his max score he can get is 98, which is below Jim and I think a little bit above KitKat, but Jasnix, by the way, if you're watching the restream, you are still in the setup channel. You can move by yourself.
Yeah, move yourself on in here, Jazz.
Don't be
sad. Come be sad with us.
Don't be scared. We won't hurt you. We'll just excessively berate you.
We're just gonna ask a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Hi,
There you go.
Jasnix.
Hello.
Why?
Yeah, why is a good question for
Yeah,
why
why
you
did you
left the
skip?
rest of Lanayru.
Yeah.
Because it was okay. First off, I hate the seed because I like having the 10 crystals. I routed that so pretty. I routed that pretty terribly, where like I didn't do the lumpy ones immediately, and I like went and like I did lumpy later, and that just kind of was like a mental thing. Like I'm behind, and like I really should like go faster. And also, I'm just not getting my stupid tablet forever. It was also really annoying.
You
And
were,
then like I go into Lanayru, and I'm like, okay, I have Sansiway the hero, and a full area to check. My plan was I want to do mines because mines is really stupid to route when you or like when you're doing it last, which I think is like fine. So I just did mines, death warped, went to caves, got sword, and then I thought, okay, I need 2 items for go mode. I'll just do skippers, see if I get the bow, then I'll like. I basically was banking on the bow being in skippers, and then when the bow wasn't in skippers, I kind of just panicked and I was like, I don't know what to do. So I was like, okay, what if it's in Sandship? Then I might as well do this because this is like I'm already here, and I might like if this is if this is a spot, then like I could pretty much confirm my win because I doubt anyone else would do that spot. So I did that, and it wasn't there. Then I leave. I didn't actually mean to use the bird statue, but that kind of caused the whole issue. I was gonna just go back, but I forgot you can just go back. I and then it kind of just fell apart from there. Like I did Oriel, did Pero, then remembered, oh yeah, I should have done Collins. Didn't do Collins. Left,
Wasn't
did
Colin.
Simulaneru, went back, then did more stuff, then went back, and then got my bow. So it's basically just nerves, like kind of messing with my better judgment of I should just do the thing I'm doing right now.
Another
But
thing was, so after you got the claw shots on 30, you went straight for Farron.
yeah,
Then we saw 64 get the claw shots and get the scale while you did not. And at
I
that point,
noticed.
we had our eyes on 64, but especially
Yeah,
when
I noticed. I forgot that.
clearing Elden gave you approximately nothing. So
Yeah, I actually in Elden I was like, oh crap, I forgot. Knights Academy is Way the Hero, and got incredibly nervous, and rightfully so. Yeah, I
I
was
think
really
Knight
just hoping that
Academy.
was Harp, and then like Scale would be in Elden, but yeah, it's the worst kind of 2 tablet seed where I got baited into doing it.
Yeah,
But
and
I would
it's
say
not
that's
even
more
like
on impulsion because I
it's not
wanted to
even
do
like
my
the
check. So
yeah, it's not even like the third region was barren either. Like it just straight up had nothing that like it had stuff and it never did anything useful for you.
yeah, like I got a bottle, I got the bellows, and I got a beetle. All 3 would have been used. If there's like 1 sword on Malara, then it would have been fine because that would have at least given me some sort of merit to doing Elden. If there's anything that would have made Elden worth it, then this would have been different. But no.
Oh yeah, that is true. Something that you had over 64 still is that 64 had to double dip Cistern because you didn't have a beetle going into.
I still stand by my opinion that double
Oh.
dipping Cistern in this seed in particular is not bad, like at all. In fact, it might be the better situation to find yourself in.
Because then you have to, because if you had the
Because-
knowledge that Elden is dead, then you would get the bow. You'd get the bow in Lanayru first and then come back.
Yeah.
And that seems to be what united Raid and Mirage and their rationale that helped them out.
Yeah, that probably sounds like it. Because yeah, if I had gone the scale, I probably would have just done Cistern, realized I couldn't finish it, then go to Lineary that opened up. That's way here. Dang, I'm mad now. Just forgetting to get the scale probably was the thing that costed the raise. Slash also, and if I had that, I might have not like had a panic attack or stroke and like forgot how to route. So.
Did you ever know how to route in the first place, though? Let's be honest.
I was getting better. Okay.
I would like to remind you of the itemless cistern incident of 2020.
Okay. To be
And then
fair,
the
I'm
swim of
getting
shame into the great sheet. And the swim of shame in the great tree. And all of your spoiler log attempts.
okay. Be quiet. We don't talk about
I'm
that.
sorry, Jazz. I
Rupee
couldn't help
farming-
but take that shot. So
Rupee farming. The thing about rupee farming for you guys is that if you had remembered that Din's Power is a hinted location now, you could realize that Din's Power is not what locks your progression because it would have been hinted by then.
yeah.
Yeah, this he kind of had one of those early games that I absolutely despised of needing money, needing to money farm, then needing to crystal, and needing to single crystal farm. And those two things are just like boring Skyloft movement. And I actually
Yeah,
had like a
10 required crystals was a
And
little
it sucks
sad.
that like there wasn't much that you can do to circumvent that. Because I know a lot of times when I'm in that situation, I'll do something out of logic to see if I can get some money. But there's not really much you can do then. Thunder
I
Hit
mean,
is
yeah,
already
we don't
open,
have any
you won't
treasure.
have Rude Tablet. You can't even go to Cistern because you don't have scale.
Yeah, I also had the
Wait,
idea.
what was Way the Hero in Beetle?
C chart.
Teacher.
Right, C-chart. Yeah.
I actually
I don't
was.
know why I didn't just look at my commentary notes.
I was
Yeah, you yell
almost
at me for
smart.
not looking at yours.
Yeah, you could edit them. I gave you permission to edit them.
Oh, it was on
Uh,
view. It's on view only.
Really? Thanks. Google Docs or Google.
Or
Sheets.
now it's on edit. It was originally on view only.
There was a point where I was almost smart, where I did I opened Beetle Shop with bombs, checked got the para the para bottle check, and then I was gonna just go slash pots or something to get money because I had 40 rupees, and the pot outside of Para's house at least for me always had either a red or 2 blue rupees, and of
It's
course
random.
it literally had nothing, and I would kind of just I don't know if Beetle's shop has a timer on the rope, so I just kind of went
It
in
does.
with it does, okay. So yeah, I was I don't really have time to go farm everything else, so I just kind of went in regrettably and was almost terrified by the myths there, but
To
it's
be
fine.
fair, at that point, the other 100 checks had been hinted already, so going in would tell you what everything is.
Yeah, that was more my rationale, but I kind of just felt stupid for it. Because I also forgot that there were conveniently 2 trees with blue rupees in them that I could very conveniently bonk my head into and
Right.
could very conveniently get money, which I forgot about. So, yeah. I'm mad.
Yeah, understandably so, but again, we're mad at you as well.
Yeah.
It's fine. I can be mad. You can be mad at me. This is fine.
Everything is fine.
Everything is fine. Yeah, I probably have to do another qualifier now though to secure a better swap. I really didn't. I wanted to relearn SS any percent, and I can't now. And I'm kind of sad because I need to keep.
I hate to break it to you, but now the best you can get is a 98. If you get a 105 on the next 2.
Next 2. I don't think I don't even know if I
I
can
might
make it.
outseed Jaznix, that means.
Oh no.
I mean, Raid has already outseeded CJ by
It's 3/10 of a
few-
point.
Yeah, barely any points.
So does this mean I'm gonna have to play an extra match in the bracket?
I want to say that top 4 is mostly impossible, but I mean,
think-
it's not entirely
yeah.
impossible, but
I mean,
yeah. Well, now I'm worried that
what was my highest possible score again?
98.15.
Okay, so technically I can beat Kit Kat, CJ, now Raid, who I don't think are gonna do any more races. So I could beat those, but I would need to get would 105 even get that? No, right?
No,
Let me see, a
1105 would get you
1105 would give you 94.72, which is enough to still pass CJ and
Oh,
Raid.
great! Thanks. We're gonna have
so-
a 3-way tie
Yeah,
on the 94 range.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I need to just get a 105 and then get the. it's races like these that really don't want me to have to play any more sets than I have to. So yeah,
Alright, well now
I'm terrified.
on the other hand, I'm now worried that you not being in top 4 means that you could be in the round below me. Like, the round behind me. Like, you could be the one that's facing me in, like, out of my bye. Is what I'm trying to say, and that makes me worried.
I mean, at that point though, you're probably gonna get someone tough anyway. So
Well, yeah, but I could also... Here, I have the bracket simulation in your DMs, actually. Let me look at this. Seed 1... Well, I don't know if I'd be Seed 1 based on how tiebreakers work if somebody else gets a 1-5, but Seed 1 faces the winner of Seed 8 and Seed 9. So, yeah, like, usually that would be a middling opponent, but...
I probably like.
I mean, I doubt you'd get Seed 8 or 9, but...
I have a feeling I'd probably get 6, 7, or 5. Not. I don't think I get 8 or 9 because I am gonna do another race, and I will say what is kind of nice is I full cleared the seed and I still got 3rd. So I have confidence that I can perform well enough to get to...
Yeah, 64 coming
somewhere.
up on Demise here.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be mad as well.
Nice message from the goddess.
Oh wait, does anyone know where TMS is?
No one knows yet.
It's probably in Sanchip.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's probably. There's probably Sanchip.
And there's a finish for 64.
GG.
I believe that is 64 joining us.
Yes, it is.
I-64.
Hello.
I hate everything.
I do
64.
too.
I need to know
I
why
need to
you
know
skipped those two
how-
checks in the name.
Yeah, how both of you skipped those 2 checks.
Both of our restreamed runners skipped them. 64. You would have like 2-tableted the seed if you hadn't
You
skipped
could have
it.
beaten Jasnix if you had...
You could have beaten Jasnix and potentially Raid.
I don't know how far along Raid and Mirage were at the time, but...
That's why I said potentially.
I
Yeah.
just was like, okay, I really, really didn't want to do any of the front Linearu checks to begin with, so that's
Why did
kind
you
of
go
why I was just like,
That's...
Why didn't you go directly to Sansi then?
That is
because
true,
I
yeah.
knew about
Both
the
of you guys
beetle.
went to Mines.
Because I knew about the beetle, and that's why. Because I wanted the insurance in case Bo happened to be like behind Galactos. So I went to get the beetle, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go to Oasis chest check because that's on the path to West Desert, and leave the other 2 for later. And because I'm just like back in Linearu, it's just all the checks are so spread out, which is why I always hate to just full clear Linearu.
Speaking of Galactos, we were also wondering why you didn't go for Battle of the Goddess after beating Cistern.
Because I had it in my head at the time that Ruby Tablet was the way of the hero for Farron. I only realized after the Scarevo fight that it had to be the Gratitude Crystal pack.
Yeah, it was the crystal packs.
So,
Wait, was it actually?
well,
Yeah,
it
because
had
you
to
need
be
to get
because
10
There were
individuals.
4
Oh.
hinted Way of the Hero gratitude packs. 4 of them. All 4 of your early gratitude packs were Way of the Hero hinted.
well, I mean, yeah, they all had to be Way of the Hero because and I guess I didn't really put enough thought into that early into the seed because the situation comes up. There was a while, a couple months ago, where it was coming up a lot, but now it seems to come up really rarely, where you wind up with 4 gratitude crystal packs, and you need to get 10 individuals to get, in this case, glass shots. And
That
with
was
nothing.
this seed. That was exactly what happened.
yeah. If I had known, or because basically, part of me doing Cistern when I did was just to kind of give myself time to think about what I wanted to do next. And unfortunately, my thought was, okay, Ruby Tablet Wave the hero, so clearly the bow needs to be in Elden or locks behind something in Elden.
I mean, it was a reasonable line of thought. Hindsight is 2020.
And speaking of reason, so 64, I like. If you want to hear something funny, I literally entered Linearu. I was in Go mode minus Harp and Sword, and I knew, or Harp and Bow, I knew one of them was in Sansi. I do mines. I Death Warp. I go to caves. I do Sansi. I was hoping to get Bow. I didn't. I leave. Go to Oriel. Go back. Like do Harrow. Forget to do Colin's letter. Go back to Linearu. Do like 2 checks in Linearu. Leave. Go do Ballad and Collins. Go back, and then last location the Bow. So that was my fun story of C.
Jasnick's really routed like his old self today.
Yeah, no, this is me. This is me routing right here.
This is like prime like February 2020 Jasnick's at work.
Oh yeah.
We have been
Yeah, I guess like
informed. We've been informed that TMS was in fact in Treasure Room.
yeah.
All who were surprised, raise your hand.
I
If
mean,
anyone raises their hand, you're objectively false, considering the rest of the seed was full clear.
I mean, it could be the robot in Brig.
And it could be that one robot.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'll give you guys that.
Well, okay, so I mean, for me, like I still had when I found my bow, I basically had secret passage chest and ballad unchecked. Everything else was checked. And I mean, part of my Elden plan too was the reason I did back half first was because I wanted to get as many hints as I could in the hopes that any of them at all would be useful, which I guess they eliminated some checks I didn't need to do, and they made it so I did not get the cursed medal, but yeah.
This was like this is just one of those seeds where like I mean I kind of just forgot about stuff, but like I don't know, I feel the whole Elden thing really was dumb because I had also thought Ruby Tablet was my way to hero.
I mean, the thing is
So,
that
like-
it's a reasonable assertion, but you have to remember that you got that Gratitude Crystal pack in Farron, and then we're hard locked on Bat 30.
Yeah, I just didn't like process that. I just didn't process that. Oh yeah, like gratitude crystals can be way here. I always since
Okay.
individuals are always like never are like usually not like required. Like usually there's always packs everywhere. So I never really think about crystal way to heroes. But
Did you finish with 75 crystals, Jasnix?
I ended with 70.
I think I had like
Well,
65 or something.
Okay, so
No, you had to have had 75.
Individual crystals, like each one, I don't think is way of the hero because I think there's 11 that you can get without cross outs and beetle.
There is a very, very rare edge case where you need all 15 loose crystals, in which case you can get a way of the hero hint for a loose crystal, which is absurd.
What?
I'm pretty sure that can happen. I probably should have added that you can't get single crystals Wath hinted. But
yeah, that sounds like something.
You want to also coincidentally typo single crystal as key piece while you're at it?
No.
Okay, so the one thing too is let me check what what I wrote down for hints.
I mean, I have like all the hints that we saw.
Well, yeah.
On Restream.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I got the Farron Wave the hero hint like really late, like after I had basically cleared Farron.
It was in Farron, I believe.
It might have been Deep Woods. It was either Deep Woods or well, no, it could not have been.
I'm pretty
Florida.
sure it was Deep Woods.
Yeah, so that's part of it because like I wasn't in the mentality of thinking, okay, wave the hero hints while I was going through there because at the time I didn't have the Farron Way of the hero hint. So that's kind of why then I had to like backtrack in my head on what I found and that's what made me kind of blank on the crystal pack that I had gotten.
Yeah,
Because I actually literally wrote down sword question mark next to that because because I was thinking, hey, maybe the sword is a way of the hero leading to something on that because I don't even think I had oh no, I had bomb, so actually the sword could not have been way of the hero because there was another I had access to the beetle one at that point. Anyhow,
And the whole bomb situation was interesting because it was not originally in logic because the mitts were inside Beetle, which was locked behind the bombs. Not until you got the mitts on Bat 10 did it become in logic.
Yeah, I had thought
Yeah,
about like the
the-
problems with this with my whole because I was like planning on doing or like I got on bomb, so it was like, okay, well I can get my sword, I bet my progression is gonna be on longsword. And I got the whip and I just got confused and I was like, wait, what?
By the way,
But
are we supposed to have ended restream by now or
oh, we're still on interview.
well, yeah, but I thought I remember interview ending quite quickly last time, but
well, we're mad today, so it's gonna go longer.
fair enough.
yeah. I also completely forgot about the bomb bag not being in logic because of no mitts. Although I guess in the scheme of things, it really didn't wind up mattering because mitts were sphere 0. I also think it's dumb that that's not in logic, but
It's a trick,
yeah.
and we never enabled tricks in SGL settings, so.
So Monka's stamina once trying to climb up the vines there.
Well, okay. We'll ignore the fact that I screwed up the landing once. And I would have made it if the spider had not grabbed me near the top.
Yeah, those Waltulas. It's kind of sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, it happened. The seed was weird.
This is This is one of those seeds that I really did not want to be the qualifier. It just had to be the qualifier. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
it feels like
Sometimes the two tablet seed just kind of screw you over. There was that one race that I did where I ended up coming in 5th behind KitKat, Raid, Pac-Man, and somebody else. It was this one casual SGL race where I almost last location the Beetle in Fire Sanctuary, and that was technically a 2-tablet seed. I don't know, just sometimes that's annoying because your tablet obviously becomes a wild goose chase.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a thing that happens in Rando. Rando gonna Rando.
yeah.
and
It's just
it's always the thing that you don't check that is your go mode or that's your progression.
oh yeah, no, I kind of I wanted to try and pull a yell at the end with like just trying to like go get my extra like Collins and Ballad, and it didn't work.
He's
so I am
blaming- he's
blaming this
blaming
loss
that
on
on
y'all.
me.
It's your fault, yeah.
Sure.
Yes, it is completely your fault. Yeah, I had
You
done
were
like
lucky, Raid. You were lucky if you decided not to do Great Tree Chest check.
Yeah.
Like
it's
that is basically the reason why you wound up in first.
I mean, that's just Rando gonna Rando, though.
True.
Oh, right, there was a sword on Golo. That's right, I did forget that.
I kind of find it shocking that like you didn't check a way of the hero, or like at least I don't know if you were thinking about way of the hero being on crystals, but like if that were me, I would have still checked the Great Tree Chest. I would have thought that's just bow or harp, and then I probably would have still gone debated by that. So I'm kind of curious why you didn't do that, unless you just found Amber and were like, okay.
I mean, it's also possible that you get the Ruby and never go there, because 64 almost did that.
Yeah, like I mean, I guess had I full cleared Laneru, then that's probably the case of what happens is I get my harp and I'm in go mode without ever going there. And then it's just because I had to skip intentionally the one check that had my bow, I
Yeah.
lose like a half an hour.
Yeah. I mean, happens. Rando going rando.
Fledge.
It's
I think
just
that's the catchphrase of this seed is rando gonna rando.
Yeah.
I just kind of it was kind of really annoying that like it just kind of sucks when like at least for me when I did like before this I probably did like 10 seeds like in the last couple of weeks. None of them were like I was like this is like by far just the worst thing because like all of the seeds I did I was like yeah this would have been a perfectly fine qualifier seed because I would have like I wouldn't have last located my thing like I didn't last location or anything I just like had a decent seed and like finished in a time I was happy with. And then the one time it has to be the qualifier. Really frustrating. But yeah. Only thing we can do about this is ban Muzi from seed rolling.
Poor Muzu.
Hashtag Muzu did nothing wrong.
I
Okay, well,
disagree.
she did something wrong, but part of this is your fault.
Well, so you say nothing wrong, and then you immediately follow it up with something wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, but this is partly your guys' fault.
No, this is
It's
all your
all
fault,
their
y'all.
fault.
Okay, apparently it's my fault.
Well, it's always
always Yell's
CJ's fault.
Okay.
Hey, CJ, you should have seen that coming.
Yeah, I mean I did. I was trying to derail it before it got there.
Okay.
But yeah, so runners, any parting thoughts about
I hate
other
this
than the
seed.
seed is bad? Other than the seed is bad.
Fine. I hate Muzu.
Wow. Muzu, I don't know if you're here still, but like look out.
Somebody's out for blood.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, I am. Yeah, realistically, I'm really just mad that I'm probably gonna have to play another match in the bracket because that's like terrifying. But yeah.
I'm just mad because I actually lowered my seeding score with this seed, which was the opposite of what my goal was.
Very interesting for all the seedings.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that, I think we are done here. So yeah, thank you to our runners. GG's to all of our runners on stream and restreamed and off stream. Jesus Christ, I can't speak. Thank you everyone who came and tuned in to Speed Gaming here, and thank you Speed Gaming, of course, for hosting Speed Gaming live and these restreams.
Yeah. Excited to see you next time for the fourth qualifier, which will be happening Sunday, October 24th at, I believe, 12 p.m. EDT.
Yeah, I believe that is correct.
Yeah. So, yeah. Thank you for watching and see you later.
Bye.